Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have Mr. Dhaval Patel. And we'll be talking more on how to become a successful tech YouTuber. To give a background of Mr. Dhaval Patel, he was with Bloomberg as a data engineer, and currently he's a full-time YouTuber making a lot of content on data. So it's our privilege to have him at this talk today. So without further ado, I'll welcome Mr. Dhaval and we look forward for his session. So thank you.
Thanks for the kind introduction. It's 3:20, so I promise I'm not going to show you any scary looking technical architecture diagrams or code snippets. The talk is going to be really light. So I'm a full-time YouTuber. I run this channel called Code Basics where I teach data science, machine learning, data analytics, things like that. Before going full-time on YouTube, I was working at Bloomberg as a data engineer, and I made close to, I think, more than $300,000 a year. But my channel grew to a level where I started making this number. So obviously, it was a no-brainer to quit my 9-to-6 job. All right? Now that I have got your attention, let me show you the reality. This is the picture of my YouTube studio. It shows my monthly earning. Barely pays my mortgage. So the question is, why did I leave the job? Not only me, there are many other folks. For example, Kevin worked in Microsoft as a product manager for 14 years. He quit his job and he's a full-time YouTuber now. Then we have Zach Wilson, who was a data engineer at Airbnb. I think he was making, when he quit, he was making like $600,000 a year. He's into a LinkedIn influencer. He's a LinkedIn influencer. He has a YouTube channel, but his main platform is LinkedIn. Not only individual contributors, but you see people like Ankur Warikoo, who is a CEO and a founder of a company. He's also a full-time YouTuber now. So once again, the question is why? How does YouTube manage to recruit the top talent in the world? So you guys have any idea? If the YouTube ad revenue is peanuts, why would people do this full-time? Why would they go for YouTube as a full-time career? Any guesses?
You build a large audience.
Okay, you build a large audience.
And then monetize on it.
Then monetize, yes, that's a great answer. Once you have large following, monetization becomes really easy. And in order to understand the answer of this question, we all will probably agree with one statement, which is YouTube has become an omnipresent university, right? You want to fix your car, or you want to teach your kid math, anything, you just go to YouTube and you will find a good quality content. Since we are in a data science and Python conference, I'm gonna talk a little bit about how YouTube has democratized data science education. This is a picture of village I grew in. On the left hand side, you see my home. I lived in this home until I was 22, 23. I was going to the college when I was living in this home. Here you see my school, where I did where I took my primary education. And back in those days, the source of knowledge was pretty much the local schools and universities. We had very limited access to books actually. We did not have any libraries, nothing. You have to travel far away in a nearby city, and there too you get just limited amount of books. But today, if a kid is growing up in the same exact village, they have access to this, right? Mr. Andrew Ng can be teaching them machine learning lectures. In countries like India and many other developing countries like Nigeria, Bangladesh, and so on, the internet infrastructure has improved. So I'm seeing this trend where people don't have laptop, but they have phone and they can get good internet. In countries like India, for example, the internet is very, very cheap. I spend few months in India every year, and The price I pay for my internet, like my phone internet, is I think it's like $3 or $4 a month. Okay, so people have access to superb high quality internet at a very cheaper rate, and that enables them to get education from these awesome resources which are available on the internet. Stanford is not the only channel. You see a lot of other channels from individual creators who are producing exceptional quality content. One of them is 3 Blue, 1 Brown. How many of you know about this person? See, you might have seen his videos. This guy is amazing. If you have not seen any of his videos, I would suggest you go watch his video on neural network. I think it has accumulated some 14 million views. And he uses this visual techniques. He has built this software, by the way, on his own, okay? He built this visualization software on his own, and he uses that software to explain complex topics. So 3 Blue, 1 Brown is one of such creators. You will find many other creators through whom you can get a good quality educational content. And this has resulted into transforming many lives. I'm going to mention a few stories. Mahadev Jairam was a mechanical engineer, and when he finished his BTech, he thought mechanical engineering doesn't have much scope, so he decided to learn machine learning. He learned everything from YouTube. He did not pay for any courses, he did not take any boot camp, no university, nothing. He was able to crack machine learning job interview. Today he's working as a senior deep learning engineer in one of the product companies. Then you have Edegunle, who is a data scientist from Nigeria. He also learned pretty much everything from YouTube. When I was talking with him on LinkedIn, this is what he said, right? YouTube played a better role than any school for me. So some of us might have a perception that YouTube is more like an additional material that you can reference to, but that is not the case. There are many folks who are using YouTube as their kind of main source of education, and they are getting jobs and they are being successful in the industry. So YouTube offers obviously some of the benefits, which is there is a base quality content available for free. It is a self-paced learning, so you can rewind, you can go forward, something you can't do it in a classroom style teaching. And you get community interaction too. Say you're watching a video on gradient descent on any channel, and if you have a question, you would think, where do I go and ask? If I'm in a classroom, I can ask my teacher. But you will be glad to know that many of the YouTubers, they have built this private Discord and Telegram communities. For example, my own community has 38,000 people, and if you ask any question, the community is amazing, by the way. You will get an answer in a very reasonable time frame. So there is definitely an interaction element. So now let's go back to the original question. So YouTube ad earning is often a very small portion when you think about the income stream for any YouTuber, okay? They earn money through course sales, affiliate earning, sponsorship, and so on. Zach Wilson, for example, he posted on LinkedIn, I think a few weeks back, that he's doing a data engineering bootcamp right now, and these are some of the other revenue streams that he's having. And he's making close to $120,000 a month. And his startup, he left his Airbnb job just 7 months back. So it is pretty substantial once you have a good following and once you are delivering like good educational content in form of bootcamps or paid courses. In my case too, I have this platform called codebasics.io where I have a bunch of courses and bootcamps, and the company has generated more than $500,000 in past 1 year. So you definitely get financial freedom when you choose YouTube as a career and when you're able to grow there. The reason I'm using the term financial freedom is it is passive income. You make your videos, okay? You make your courses, and these courses are valid for n number of years. So while you are at sleep, your courses and your videos will continue to make money for you. So you get financial freedom, but for many YouTubers, say initially, of course, everyone likes money, but that money element will attract you in the initial phase, but then there are other factors which you will enjoy a lot being a YouTuber. For me personally, it was purpose and impact. So until 34, I was working in the tech industry. I was working with Bloomberg. Prior to that, I was with NVIDIA. I was very happy with my career. And when I started posting videos on YouTube, I came to a realization that teaching is something I love. If I didn't do that experiment, I would have never known that teaching is my thing. So YouTube experiment helped me find out my ikigai. You might have seen this diagram before. Ikigai is this sweet intersection of what you love, what you're skillful at, and what the world is ready to pay you for. Once you find that, and if you build a career around that, you will grow not only financially, but you will grow holistically in terms of your overall happiness of your life. So for me personally, what happened is I started teaching, I started loving it, and I found that I have some skills in that area. And with YouTube, it's very good that the community, the crowd is very blunt. You know, they will just comment if you are not speaking things in a certain way. For example, I'm not a native English speaker, so sometimes when I pronounce certain words, I don't pronounce them properly, and my audience will just bluntly tell me that at 3 minutes, 2 seconds, you did not say this right. And you can use that feedback mechanism to improve yourself. And then you get this kind of messages on everyday basis where people are getting jobs. Let's say a student is in university, your videos are helping them clear their exams. And it gives you this deep sense of satisfaction, which is kind of hard to describe. I also travel to various parts of the world and conduct a lot of community meetups. Majority of my students are in India, so I go to India every year, spend a few months there. And I just love that experience of meeting and interacting with different people. The other benefit of a YouTube career is time freedom. We talked about videos being passive, right? You're producing a video, your audience will watch the video at their own convenience, and you don't have to work based on a fixed schedule. So what happens is that you move away from work-life balance to work-life harmony. The work doesn't happen based on a fixed time schedule. It happens based on the state of your mind. So let's say on a random Wednesday, if I don't feel like working, I can take off. You know, I can go out for a walk or shopping or whatever. And on Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if I have a burst of creative energy, I can go and record my videos. So YouTube career gives you that kind of flexibility. There is, of course, a location freedom. You can work from anywhere. So these are some of the benefits of becoming a YouTuber. Now, let's see how one can become a successful YouTuber. Like, how can you start today? So YouTube, of course, has become a very competitive place right now. But I will give you some framework based on my own journey. So 7 years back, I did some research and I figured out the most exclusive and unique content, and I published a video on that. Okay? And the reason I did this video was not, I didn't know anything about YouTube. I didn't know about monetization, nothing. There were 20 other channels teaching Python. Okay? So this was not a unique, by the way. It was like very obvious. But my reason of starting a YouTube channel was very different. So I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition called ulcerative colitis. It is also known as irritable bowel disease. And my doctors told me that it is not curable. I was bleeding day in, day out. I lost so much weight. I was on medical leave for months and living on fruit juices. At that time, I was aware that my health is a total mess, but those few months, I realized one more thing, that more than my physical health, I think my mental health was getting impacted badly. Because when you're free, working, like sitting at home, what do? You do Google, right? Okay, Google, ulcerative colitis, what is the cure? Complication. And you know what happens, like whenever you're doing Google related to any health topic, you get into a depression state. So that's exactly what was happening with me. And I said, I need to spend some time where I'm not thinking about my freaking disease, okay? I wanted to spend time in doing some activity where my brain is totally engaged. I can take myself out of that for loop and just be engaged into some activity which I love and which can help someone. So I thought, all right, I know Python, I've been working as a Python programmer for so many years. Why don't I make Python tutorials? There's something I can do from home, and it will kind of fit well in terms of the situation I was going through. So I started posting videos one by one, and after a few months, I started getting some comments. All right, your videos are lifesavers. I'm like, oh my God, my existence is worth. I'm not this poor guy lying on my bed and waiting for some hope that something will happen to my health. Of course, people exaggerate a lot on YouTube, but you realize that you have some skill or something that you can contribute back to the world. So I kept on posting videos. After 1 year of consistently posting video, I had 1,000 subscribers. So if someone is starting today with a goal of becoming this famous YouTuber or with a goal of earning a lot of money, that person would quit. Because for 1 year making those videos is a lot of work, and 1,000 subscribers is nothing. But in my case, I was very happy because I had zero expectation. My mental therapy was already working. I was improving my mental health, right? The whole purpose was to disengage my brain from that health research full loop, and I achieved success on that. This count was meant nothing for me because I had no plan of going full-time in YouTube. I thought, okay, I'll keep on posting my video while I'm happy with my Bloomberg job. So then I started experimenting. Previously, you would see, if you look at my old videos, you would see only a white screen where someone is typing the code, and that's it. It's pretty boring. But later on, I started incorporating my face in it. So this is one thing about YouTube. People love to connect to another human being. So if you are showing your face, if you're narrating your story, they will engage better. And I started putting all these presentations, then roadmap videos. I myself interviewed for many years at Bloomberg and NVIDIA. So obviously I started sharing some interview preparation tips. And simple explanation was something which I was good at. So I started posting videos on topics like convolutional neural network. As a result, the channel started growing. And as you can see, while in 2016, after 1 year of hard work, it accumulated only 1,000 subscribers. I get that many subscribers in like a day or two right now. So what contributed to my own channel's growth? So I will highlight those points, and I will then talk about a generic framework that anyone can use to start a YouTube channel and grow it. So in my case, I knew that my main strength is simple explanation. Convolutional neural network is, for a beginner, it's hard to understand. I knew how to break that concept down into smaller chunks and then connect the dots. So I knew that strength, and I kept on focusing. I focused on that strength and kept on making videos one by one. And sometimes, you don't know what kind of skills you have. It is the YouTube crowd, the people who will help you recognize that you have this talent. I didn't know that I'm good in explaining things in a simple way, but it is through those YouTube comments that I kept on receiving again and again. Then you realize, okay, this is a validation, okay? Market, the people are telling that this is the area where you really excel, and then you just do that. You just focus on that. You obviously get feedback and improve, right? So reading YouTube comments, so in my initial years, nowadays, I get so many comments, so it's kind of hard to read, but in the initial few years, I would read each and every comment and respond to each and every comment. Then you experiment and diversify slowly. How I diversified from plain coding tutorials to interview prep and roadmaps and all of that, you just do it slowly. And patience and consistency is the most important thing. So YouTube algorithm will reward you if you are consistent. Let's say you are posting on a weekly schedule, or let's say 2 times a week, or whatever that schedule is, but you need to be posting consistently. So based on my own journey, I'm gonna lay out a 5 steps framework for anyone to become a YouTuber. So the first step is going to be find your niche and find your audience. Okay, there are variety of things that you can make videos on. You can make videos on Rust programming or Python or just career tips. You need to figure out what is that area where you like producing content on, and there is a demand for that. So YouTube provides this nice research tool. So if I'm going to show you a demo of a YouTube Studio in few minutes, but in here, when I search for LLM project, it will tell me that LLM project has a high demand. So there are so many people looking for LLM project term. And not only that, it will also tell you if there is a content gap. Content gap means there is some search, some term which people are searching for many times, but they're not finding a good content on it. So if you find anything which has a content gap, you make a video, it is likely that it will become a hit. And then you can find an intersection of content, language, and style. So content means you can use YouTube research tool to figure out what type of topic you want to build content on. And then you can, if you find that there are other YouTubers, successful YouTubers producing videos on that topic, don't worry, you can maybe produce similar videos in a different language. Now you would think, okay, who will watch machine learning videos in Hindi? Even I had that understanding that you need to produce videos in English, right, on topics like machine learning and whatnot. But actually I was wrong. There is a huge demand of content in the local languages. For example, since I'm not a native English speaker, if I'm searching for a video and if I see 2 videos, one is in Hindi, one is in English, I'll probably watch it in Hindi because I feel a little relaxed while I'm watching that video because it's my native language. And then you can use style. So there are people like Jomatek. How many of you have seen Jomatek's video? Right? His main thing is humor. So he was, I think, working as a data scientist, but now he produces totally tech humor content. And then there are some people who teach well using analogy. And there are other folks who have a lot of industry experience. So whatever content they produce, you will see that industry experience get reflected into that content. So you can find this kind of intersection where you feel that you will be able to deliver value. At the same time, you will enjoy doing that process. And that comes to the next point, which is once you have figured out that this is the area where I want to focus and build videos, you can now use your strength and post high quality content consistently. So consistency is very, very important. If you have, when you're starting out, and if you have some goals that, okay, in 6 months I want to reach 50,000, I think it's likely that you will give up because it will not work the way you expect it to work. You need to fall in love with the process. Okay, so get attached to a process, not the outcome. Step number 3 will be experimenting, engaging, and then feedback and improve. Okay, so that's the process I talked about. When I want to post videos or start a new tutorial playlist, I will conduct a survey on my channel and kind of get a feel of the demand that people are having. I also ask, okay, at what time you guys watch my videos, and based on the poll result, I will adjust my scheduling. All right, so let me now give you a demo of my YouTube Studio. So anyone can start a YouTube channel, by the way. All you need is a Google account, and once you have started your channel, you will get access to this particular thing called YouTube Studio. So here I can see all my content, right? I think it's
not sharing good.
You need to extend your.
Oh yes, sure. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so here I will see all the videos which I have posted, and then you see the likes and dislike kind of ratio. For example, for this video, for 97 likes, I got 3 dislikes. So if you can consistently rank above 90%, which means overall people are loving your content, then you can sort it by views. So let's see if I want to see like which of my videos had the highest views. So this is how you see it. And then there is this analytics tab, which shows you the subscriber growth, your revenues, things like that. So let me just. Okay, so this shows like, see, I get on average I think 55,000 views every day. Then in terms of subscribers, see, there are days where I get like, this is like on October 30th, I got 585 new subscribers on my channel, and this is the revenue. Okay, and the views, you can go to see more to see which videos are performing best. Let's say in last 28 days, I want to know which of my videos perform better. So these are those videos, and you can just look at their daily views per video. You can also go here and look at your subscribers. So for example, data science roadmap video on November 1 got me 53 new subscribers. Okay.
Resume project challenge on my portal.
Sorry about that. I need to go back. Now let's go to the audience tab. So in the audience tab, let's see. Okay, sorry. Asking me to verify something. Just a second. What a perfect timing. Yes. Yeah, use tab, yes, but no, but it's my pixel. I don't know.
This is the same account.
Yeah. Use your phone. So Google said generally I get an access here only.
No, you go back and click on one step back and you come first one, tab this numbers.
Oh, now I got it, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so in terms of your audience, you will know when they are watching most of your videos. So you will get this kind of heat map where I know that between 10 a.m. on Saturday to 12 p.m. on Saturday, my audience is active. So I can then schedule my videos during that time. It also shows you the demographics. Obviously, you can see here the age group. Then it shows you obviously your revenue graph, your monthly revenue, your top earning content, for example, here. So let's see. And this is the research tool that I was talking about, right? So if I see, let's say, LLM project, which was like a content gap, I think few weeks back, but now it's not. See, so this topic is still in a high demand, but there's no content gap because probably some people would have posted videos. So let's say if you want to start a channel, maybe you can start posting videos on LLM project because that's one of the high demand topic. All right. So that's research tool, revenue, content, and just in case if you're curious, let me show you. Yeah, here you can turn on and off your monetization, and YouTube will decide when exactly it wants to play the ads. All right, so let's move back to the presentation now. Yeah. By the way, any questions so far? We can keep this interactive. I have a few more like steps, okay. But yeah, we can. Any questions on a YouTube studio or generally any questions so far? Okay, so let's go back to step, the 5-step framework. So we were at step 3, and the step number 4 is outsource. So let's say once you start a channel and once it has started growing, you can start outsourcing some of the activities. On a platform like Upwork, you can get pretty good freelancer, and they can help you with, not only with video editing, they can help you with thumbnail design, SEO, and things like that. And step number 5 is obviously you need to build a community. So Discord is one platform that many people use, Telegram channels, Slack channels, and this is the way you can keep your community engaged. And then what people do is they also become active on other social media platforms. For example, I'm more active on LinkedIn. You will see some influencers being active on TikTok or Instagram, so you can do that as well. All right, so that's a quick summary of the 5-step framework in case if you want to start a YouTube channel and grow there. So that's it, folks. That was my presentation. Any questions?
If you will start over again, would you choose a different platform, like TikTok or?
I would still choose YouTube because YouTube is better. Because I'm a tech YouTuber, for technology, YouTube is better because you can post long form content like tutorials and things like that. There are people who are in technology and successful on TikTok as well, but see that you can having subscribers is one thing and monetization is a different thing. If you want to do this for your living, you need to make sure that there's a term called revenue per subscriber. So for example, there is some guy who is making fun videos, right? They may have like 5 million followers, but then if you look at their revenue per subscriber, it will be pretty low. And on the other hand, let's say some guy is making videos on, like executive leadership. They may have maybe 10,000 subscribers, but their revenue per subscriber will be very, very high. Because then they can have very high ticket courses which they can sell. So definitely, like if you're in a tech space, YouTube I think is still a good platform to become active on.
building the community part?
Yeah, for building the community part, first of all, really thank you, appreciate the sharing, and I really appreciate your transparency. And then, curious about the community building, do you have any best practices to share, and also some missteps to share?
Yeah, so in terms of best practices, so you can choose either Discord or Telegram, some platforms which are easy to use. And if you look at Discord, it has this gamification aspect to it, so people love interacting via that platform. And once you have started, let's say, your Discord channel, Discord server, you can appoint you can set up some processes to appoint community champions. Because I can't manage such a big group, so I have gotten some volunteers. You know how we are doing PyData, like all these people are helping with the event organization. You need to do something similar and kind of reward those people who is helping you keep your community vibrant. So that is what I do. I periodically look at the contribution from different members, then I will have interaction with them, or you'll try to reward them in certain way so that they also feel inspired. Yeah, so that's, yeah.
Any steps?
And the steps?
Any steps?
The-
Something you would love to avoid.
Something you would love to avoid is, yeah, you need to keep some control, because we see that a lot of people who are into sales and marketing, who want to sell their, for example, in my case, I get all these people who wants to sell their courses, and sometimes you see a lot of spam coming in. So you want to have some regulation, rules and regulations, some control over what kind of content people post on it. And that is something that you can evolve over a period of time.
With the interest of time, I think we can have one last question.
My question is about short form content. Do you have enough of those, and then how do you go about making those?
I did not have much of the short form content, but I recently started posting YouTube shorts, because some of my team is asking me, okay, I need to do that. So what I'm doing is, I already have long form videos, so I will just create short form content out of that. So let's say if I'm saying, okay, learn data science in this 5 or 6 steps, I will have a long form video where I have talked about details in those steps. But then I will make a short video where I will just quickly summarize, and then say if you want to get access to a detailed video, check the link for the long form video.
Well, I think we're good. I just have one last question from my side. Having followed your content from a long time, since it's a non-conventional, any kind of thing, what the YouTube thing is. So how did your family react? And it's not easy for any family to make an assumption that this would be a main source of revenue. It's how did your family react, and how did you convince them?
I think more than my family, my friends or my wife's friend, they were more concerned about this than me. My wife was very supportive, but my wife's friend, they're like, oh, what the hell is he doing? You need to stop him. I think it's, since I was doing this for a long time, 4 or 5 years, my wife was kind of very supportive, and she knew that I have a lot of passion. You need to convince them that this is something you are doing for your passion. And working in tech industry for a long period of time, I think your kind of money hunger gets satisfied at some point, right? It's not like once you are out of college, you have college debt and all that. You work in the industry for some time, you earn enough money, and now everyone kind of understands that, okay, we have savings. So when I quit my job, I made sure I have savings for next 1 year. And after 1 year, let's say if this doesn't work out, I can always go back and work again. So that was my whole theory. And I explained it, and my family was in support with that decision.
Well, that was amazing, Mr. Dhaval Patel.